Confess love to Rinko. Rinko, I've been thinking about we discussed before we escape. Are you sure you want to talk about this now? We have an audience. Under circumstances, it's probably better for everyone to know where we stand. Yes, I think we should. She glanced at Yua and Mel, and then her gaze returned to me. Understanding light up her eyes. Very well then. Despite how composed she looked on the surface, I know her well enough to see that she is tense, anxious to hear what my answer is. I take a deep breath. I gotten to know you quite well during all of this, Rinko. You become very important to me. Then, yes, if you're still interested, I would love to date you. Rinko stepped forward and take me my hand in her. She squeezed them gently. Her eyes are shining. There's nothing I'd rather hear. Wow, I never imagined Ozaki would end up dating head of the student council. I opened my mouth to protest. Rinko has done her best to escape the reputation she built around herself. But before I can, Mel loops up her arm through Yua and said her way. Come on, let's give the two some privacy before it gets embarrassing. Best of luck, you two. Thanks. There is just the two of us. I'm glad they took it well. I would never want to cause it a rift between you and your friend. They're your friend too. I suppose they are. It feels good to have true friend after all this time. I never would have guessed it would take the zombie apocalypse to bring it about. You will have made a lasting friendship and acceptable yourself for who you are regardless. I'm sure of it. Perhaps, if I gotten to know you anyway. Hand clasps, we began to walk through the harbor together. Although it's noisy and chaotic, it feels peaceful compared to what we left. It feels good to be safe again out here. The terrible thing that happened to us feel like they're part of another world. I'm glad you're with me, Osaki. Something in my way she say it make it feel like it's not just a compliment. Is something wrong? For the first time in my life, I feel free. That's a good thing, isn't it? I don't know. It should be. And yet, I'm lost. Why do I do? Know that I'm not bound by other people's rule and assumption. How shall I use my freedom? A moment passed, and I realized it's a hypothetical question. She looking at me like she expected an answer. What advice should I give? Do what you truly want to do. Okay, I'm gonna choose video games. Sorry, not the classic one. Maybe try video games. You think I should use my freedom on video games? Well, you don't have to try to be perfect all the time anymore, right? Does mean you can relax. So why not try something fun? The idea has merits. I can suggest some great games for you to try. You'll need to teach me how to play as well. Remember, I'm a completely beginner. Don't worry, I got you covered. Then I entrust myself to your capable hand. It's probably take a while before we really settle. Of course, there are many details we still need to work out. We need to find a place to stay, handle any question of the guardianship, work out the remain academic, replace the thing we've lost. Yikes, there's really a lot to be done. We might be safe from the zombie, but the road back to normal won't be easy. And we'll need to deal with the emotional side too. All people we've lost. Everything that fallen off the outreach forever. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be such a downer at first date. It's okay. After everything we've been through, I'm surprised we've been this positive. We survived. That's the important thing. Right. Let's keep moving forward, one step at a time. In the interest of doing just that, we head into the town. Accommodation have been provided for us, along with some supplies, but it still takes a long time for us to rebuild. We probably need to get a job assuming we're allowed to live on our own. Still, after dealing with a zombie, it doesn't sound so bad. What are those people over there doing? Hmm? Where? There. She pointed out what appeared to be an ordinary clothing store, with shop outside talking to one another discussing the clothes on display in the window. What do you mean? They just shopping. I see. Wait, have you never gone shopping before? Certainly not like that. What do you mean? I bought a new clothes when it was necessary, but this looks like a social activity. I was only occupied with studying and training. I never spent time on something like that. Wow, I guess never clicked with me that she might have had a even stranger society life than me. It's pretty common for a girl to go outside shopping for fun, but not boys. No, it's not really a guy's thing. Hmm. When you say things like that, it made me feel like I'm more in common with other boys. Unable to hide a amused smile at her comment, I stopped walking when she stopped and turned to face me. I put my hand on her shoulder and leaned to kiss her. She grabs in surprise but doesn't resist. Trust me, I don't see you that way at all. She let out a startled laugh, then smiled. Can you prove that? How can I prove it? Asked someone to go from it over to take her shopping. If we go to somewhere private, I give you all the proof you need. That sounds like the sort of proof inappropriate for polite society. Well. So it's flattering that you don't intend to do it in public. Is that a yes? I have a freedom to decide what I want to do now. This is the sort of thing that never would have been acceptable before. So yes, lead on. We walked together a bit longer before we finally found our way to the hotel room provided for us as part of the large happening to the help survival of the accident. It's sure to be a place of like this, almost feeling like the rest of didn't happen at all. Do you think we're truly safe? What? They say the outbreak was contained to Japan, but is that true? I don't know. I guess all we can do is hope. In that the case, I like my proof while we have a moment of peace. She said it so seriously that I can't help but feel a little nervous. But then she stepped closer to me, and I forgot my nervousness. I wrap my arm around her and hold her close. As long as we are together, we'll be fine. I'm glad you have guarding my back. I kiss her and she smiled again at me. This time our kiss is long and slow, with neither of us pulling away for anything more than a momentary pause. Once I could never have imagined this. The improper, that, and I expected to be set up with someone my parents demand a suitable match. A business agreement more than anything else. I never expected I find. She hesitated, but I can guess what she unsaid word is, or at least what I hope it is. Love. Come to think of it, I haven't actually said it either. Uh, have I? I. Because I love you, Rinko. Yes. Oh, Azaki, yes. I never believed I would find a love, but I have. I love you. She tied her embrace and kissed me fiercely, with an intensity that brings to mind her combat prowess. Not to be outdone, I returned her kiss just as passionately, until we both breathless. So this, what it's like to be true to myself, true to my desire. I fulfill those desires as much as you want. I'm looking forward to what very much. That's something I never thought I heard Rinko say. Tell me, were you interested in me before? You mean before the outbreak? Yes. Not really, no. I had no idea what you were really like. I just saw your public persona, so I didn't think we have a thing in common. Good. Good. It means you fell in love with the real me. That I can promise you. Then I wrap my arm around her and draw her close for another kiss. I guess that is good. I never imagined I would fall in love with Rinko, much less end up dating her. I never imagined perfect persona would prove to be a mess. The zombie outbreak was horrifying, but it brought us together as our allies, as a friend, and now as a couple. I don't know what the future holds, but I know there's no one else I'd rather have by my side. Is it morning already? I sit up in bed and stressed. It's been 6 months since we escaped the start of the new life here. I finally settled into a comfortable routine. They got everything under control, obviously, but no one will returning to Japan for quite a while. That's okay. Going back now would stir too many memories. We made a new life for ourselves here. As I get some coffee brewing, I walk to the window and look outside. It's a sunny day. A few people are outside this early, although a man walked past on the other side of the street. Coffee forgotten, I step closer to the window. The man outside looked sick. Every step seemed to come with a difficulty. He lurched forward to the turn. My blood runs cold. The man outside is a zombie. Class of the living dead.